Hey, Jamie, I don't know about you, but I'm excited about June 30th and that 2 p.m. session, Central Time, of course, really talking about reopening. I can't believe it's June. I can't believe it's almost July.
I know it's crazy to think about this, right? I mean, you and I have been really engaged working with countries, regions, states, districts since probably late January. As I know when you and I started getting emails about this and thinking
Right.
about the pandemic and the possibilities of schools needing to do something and go into emergency uh, online learning. And the idea that across the globe there were like 1.5 billion students out of school, 193 countries.
Hmm.
In the U.S., we've had what 48 out of the 50 states shut school down for the rest of the year. We've had like 55 million plus students out of school at one point throughout the school year here. It's been, there were days where you thought this is going so slow, but when you really get around to it, the year's gone by.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
And the immediacy during the pandemic, I know both of us were reached out to for a variety of reasons, particularly that work that we've done for years now that dated back to the Center on Online Learning and Students with Disabilities, but also just a overall online blended, personalized hybrid work. And the stuff that you and I believe so strongly has a lot of possibilities, that silver lining, which I know we'll get to in just a second. But you're right. I mean, the immediacy of where folks were and what they needed, it's now kind of taking a deep breath as we look to this reopening. And I'm excited about our sessions on
right.
June. So we have two superintendents, Dr. Wozniak and Dr. Lewis, and they're going to give us not only that global perspective, and they won't go into the operationalizing it, but more that instruction, the designing, the planning, although I imagine they're quite busy thinking about the everything, the social distancing, the cleaning. And then we have Josh Staka. He's at a local school here in Olathe, a middle school English language arts teacher. He's an author actually with ISTE. And for those that don't know ISTE, it's an International Society for Technology Education. And he's done a lot of work with digital learning, but also face to face. So he's got the blended, but also he's done online. And then some of our colleagues, Amber and Susie and Marty here at the University of Kansas, will give us that aspect of virtual coaching, which I know a lot of folks have used coaching. And of course, that virtual coaching has been more and more relevant during the pandemic. And again, as you know, the fall of 20 is not the fall of 19. This new normal really changing
Oh,
things.
a completely new normal, right? I mean, we've talked to plenty of places where we said, no, this is the perfect time to really think about what's working, what's not.
Mhm.
Not only in the pandemic and during the pandemic, but what for years we've known we've needed to make some changes to make more student-centered learning environments, et cetera.
Yep.
And the pandemic's allowed us to accelerate some of those changes and to approach the new normal in a very smart sort of way because we
That's
have a lot of applied lessons learned.
that silver lining I mentioned earlier. I mean, I know many of us that are watching this right now and those that will be attending maybe not be thinking of it as a silver lining. Instead, what do we do here in August or September? But I'm with you as a parent and of course as an educator. There's some really neat things that some educators are doing with this new normal, planning for all individuals, that variability, the big ideas, using tools and resources and interventions in a manner that really meets the needs of a variety of learners. So I'm excited about the 30th at 2 p.m. Central Time. I know it's only going to be 90 minutes, but it's going to be with a lot of good information. We're going to give them some resources, right, Jamie?
Yeah, there's going to be tons of resources, and we're really focused on those applied resources, things that people can actually use. And so the different presenters are going to not only talk about a lot of great things, but there's going to be tons of resources that are going to be provided afterwards right on the website there.
So, folks, we're looking forward to seeing you on Zoom again, June 30th at 2 p.m. Central Time for reopening, getting ready, planning, designing for this new normal. And again, I'm Sean Smith, University of Kansas, with my colleague.
Jimmy Basham, University of Kansas.
All right, see you then.